We will now come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, honorable city council members, mayor, city treasurer, deputy clerk, our city attorney, our chief of staff, the administrative staff in the audience, and to our guests who are here with us this evening, as well as those who are viewing tonight's broadcast via YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Brownwood City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, March 10th, 2025. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card, which is located on the table in the back, and please hand it to the deputy clerk. At this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo. Here. Councilman Barden.
Here.
Councilman Kraut.
Here.
Councilman Jones.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley. Here. And Mr. Chair, we're asking that Councilwoman Roscoe and Councilman Wadsworth be excused.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Tonight's regular council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda, 2 minutes, 3 petitioner, 4 chairperson's report, 5 mayor's report, 6 clerk's report, 7 treasurer's report, 8 public comment, 9 unfinished business, 10 new business, 11 warrant, 12 communication, and number 13 is adjournment. And a motion being ordered to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
Been motion by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Kraut, for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Agenda item number 2, minutes. For approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, February 24th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Motion would be in order, please, to approve the minutes.
So moved.
I second the motion.
Motion by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, approval of the minutes from our regular meeting held Monday, February 24th at 7:30. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. There are no petitioners on the agenda this evening. It takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Tonight, we had a study session at 6 p.m. Concerning the demo list from 24 to 01. 6:45, we had a closed session concerning attorney opinion. At this time, the chair is going to recognize Mr. Kraut.
Oh, I'm asking for a memorial for Chuck Sherrill, longtime resident of Romulus. He served in the Marine Corps, two tours in Vietnam, and he's a good friend of mine, and we were sorry to let him go.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Kraut, supported by Ms. Abdo for memorial resolution. Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Ms. Talley.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. At this time, the chair is also going to recognize Councilwoman Talley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to present make a motion for a memorial resolution for Jerry Winland.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo for memorial resolution. Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Jones, to accept approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer, Madam Clerk, and Deputy Clerk, and those in the audience today, and also those at home. Before I get into my action items tonight, I want to congratulate our Lady Eagles, who are district champs once again, so they return to glory there, and they will play in Tecumseh for the regionals on tomorrow night. So if you're free for tomorrow night, I recommend you go out there and watch them. They had a great game against the Summit Dragons, and they defeated them, so we are, once again, the district champs. So congratulations to the Lady Eagles. And I would also like to raise your attention, or draw your attention to the monitors for a quick announcement from the mayor's office and Miss Vanessa Tolliver.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. St. Aloysius Church will hold their annual Fish Fry dinners every Friday beginning March 7th through April the 11th. The cost of the meal is $15 for adults, and curbside pickup is also available. Registration for spring t-ball and baseball is open until March 14th. Students from pre-K through 8th grade can learn and practice the game of baseball starting the week of May 12th and concluding the week of July 1st. Contact the Recreation Department to register. The Romulus Chamber of Commerce will honor Dennis Davison as the 38th Romulus Person of the Year on Friday, March 28th at the Detroit Metro Airport Marriott, beginning at 6 p.m. Tickets are $60 each and can be purchased on the Chamber's website. Thanks, everyone, and remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube, and visit our website for more information. You have yourself a great night.
Thank you, Vanessa. Great job. The first action item I have for council tonight is an appointment to the TIFA board. Council's aware we have vacancies on our TIFA board, and we're having trouble with some attendance here, so we're having trouble with a quorum, and we have a lot of action for TIFA right now. The TIFA is doing a lot of work in our community, so we want to keep that momentum going. And I was going to bring to you tonight Isom Fakuri, but he's traveling for business. He is one of the owners of Apex Trust. They've been in our city about 10 years now, and they're also expanding. They live over on Harrison Road, so it's a businessman who's interested in the community, wants to get more involved. So he applied to sit on our TIFA board. I think he'd be a great fit. Unfortunately, like I said, he couldn't be here tonight to introduce him to you. He will be at the next council meeting, but we wanted to make sure that we have him there, so he will be at his first TIFA meeting if council agrees with the appointment tonight. So I'm hereby requesting approval to appoint Isom Fakuri to the TIFA board to fill a current vacancy with a term to expire on March 10th, 2029.
Need a motion?
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make the motion to approve the appoint Isom Fakori to the TIFA board to fill the current vacancy with a term to expire on March 10th, 2029.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Kraut, for the TIFA appointment. Any
Through the
discussion?
chair. Yes, I have a hard time with this because he's not a resident of Romulus. I thought our boards, they had to have residents of Romulus.
Not for TIFA board,
And I
business in
disagree
Romulus as
with you.
well.
I think we have enough residents that could fill this position. Just my opinion.
Through the chair.
Yes,
Did we have any Romulus residents that would apply or interested?
Not at this time, no.
Gotcha.
I would encourage them though, because we will have
Yeah.
more vacancies
Yeah.
coming up, because we're trying to get people who will actually attend these meetings, so.
any other discussion? If none, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
No,
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, and I'll make sure to have him come to our next council meeting so you have a chance to meet him face to face. The next item I have up is for a piggyback on the My Deal contract for Dell Computer Workstations and updates for multiple city staff members. I concur with the recommendation of Jennifer Madison, Assistant Technology Services Director, and Christina Parker, Purchasing Director, and respectfully request council's authorization to piggyback on My Deal contract number 071B6600111 with Dell Marketing LP for the purchase of 25 Dell computer workstations for a total cost $23,611.63. Gary Harris, Assistant Finance Director, has verified funds for this purchase are budgeted and available.
Through the chair,
Ms. Tally.
I'd like to concur with the administration and consent to piggyback on the My Deal contract number 071B6600111 with Dell Marketing LP for the purchase of 25 Dell computer workstations for a total cost of $23,611.63. And then I have a couple questions.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Tally, supported by Ms. Abdo, for the piggyback on my deal contract 07B6600111 for 25 Dell computer workstations. Discussion, Ms. Tally.
Yeah, I see Jennifer there. Hey, quick question. I know we're going to be turning these in. Do we get any kind of credit or anything, or they just be recycled and then they just gone?
Yeah, these computers have had some extensive use and extensive life, so they're end of life, unsupported by the new Windows operating system, so that's why they've been chosen to be replaced at this time. So they'll basically go to electrocycle for recycling.
Gotcha. Okay, and just, I need to just shout out, I'm still in awe of our budget process, and you guys were very impressive during our budget process, keeping us up to speed and our equipment and keeping our system safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
And tell Steve too.
I will.
If there's no other discussion, a roll call vote. Ms. Tally.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Mr. Crop.
Yes.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, and motion is approved.
Thank you. The next item I have up is our budget amendment, 24-25-14. I'm hereby requesting introduction of a budget amendment, 24-25-14 for the trade-in of 3 ICP tabulators for 3 ICP2 tabulators with a $3,000 discount and a grant reimbursement of $12,000. Additionally, for the mailing out of ballots for August primary election by the statutory deadline before the start of the new fiscal year.
Through the chair,
Ms. Tally.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and introduce Budget Amendment 24/25-14 for the trade-in of 3 ICP tabulators for 3 ICP2 tabulators with a $3,000 discount and grant reimbursement of $12,000. Additionally, for the mailing of ballots for the August primary election by the statutory deadline before the start of the new fiscal year. And then I have a quick question.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Tally, supported by Ms. Abdo, for introduction of a budget amendment 24/25-14. Discussion, Ms. Tally.
Yeah, just a couple quick questions. With the tabulators, what's their life cycle? Because we always talk about equipment and life, so is this, we trading it in because they're at the end of their time?
Correct. So in 2017, that's when we entered into a contract with Dominion Voting, and they're usually, the life expectancy is supposed to be about 10 years.
Okay.
So in 2028, I believe that's when the contract's going to come up. We're not sure if we're going to stay with Dominion. It depends on the state,
Okay.
when they let for bid. So some of our tabulators, in order to upgrade them, and then as far as higher capacity, we have consolidated precincts, so with a higher capacity. So they kind of gave us a crunch time, February 28th was the
Okay.
deadline, where they said they would, we could trade in our older tabulators for some new tabulators. And so we took advantage of that because there's some grant money here that we can get reimbursed. So that's why we're asking, because we have to pay up front for those 3 tabulators. So we took advantage of that. So we will have at least 7? A total of 7 newer tabulators. We're using them for the early voting, but with consolidating with these tabulators, they will be able to, a higher capacity and things that will last a little bit longer. So usually 10 years is kind of that
It's
life.
about that.
Yeah, is that life expectancy, but we didn't want to jump in there and buy all
Right.
new tabulators because we really don't know what's going to happen in 2028. It's really up to the state, but just to stay on top of it, making sure the tabulators that we have, they're current, that they're working and,
Right.
up to
Right.
date, yes.
And how many tabulators do we have?
So, okay, get my math right. So with the we have, now that we've downsized to 10.
Yeah.
So we will have a total of 17, I think it is.
Oh,
I think
wow,
it'll be a
okay.
total of 17.
17.
Right, those include the backups. We have to have a backup.
Okay.
Just in case something, breaks down, on
How many
election day.
backups?
Pardon?
How many backups?
So with the, make sure my math is
Okay.
right here. Let's see. We will have three backups for election day. And then we will have a backup for our early voting. So
Gotcha.
that becomes four. Yeah, I was correct, 17. So
And
we'll
they're
have a
all,
backup.
okay, and then that
Yeah,
total,
yeah,
okay.
they're all located. So
Gotcha.
again, we have the tabulators for election day for our precincts, but we
Mhm.
have backups just in case
Right.
something breaks down.
And then the grant, that was just a one-time grant, right?
Yes.
One-time deal? Okay.
Right, for this. So, and again, they gave us such a tight deadline, so it's either we do nothing,
Right.
or go ahead and take advantage of if we're gonna get some reimbursement.
Yeah.
Because if we wait and we miss that deadline, and if we have to purchase new tabulators, then, we're paying the full amount. So
Right.
if we could get some reimbursement, to cover some of our costs so that
Yeah.
it won't, because we were hoping to wait for the next budget year, but it's kind of like,
Kinda
okay,
happy.
now or never. So we just
Right.
took advantage of that so we can, a trade-in,
Mhm.
get something back, plus that $12,000 grant money
Right.
will go towards that as well,
Okay.
that costs.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
And along that line too, being on the election commission with the mayor on the election commission, the clerk and the deputy clerk, they do a tremendous job of keeping us updated
Yeah.
of what's going on in the election cycle. So we really appreciate that too.
Yeah.
If there's no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The last item I have for action tonight is an intergovernmental agreement with Huron Township and Animal Control Services, and I want to applaud Captain Sowell for doing some work and being creative in how we generate more revenues and offer a service to a neighboring community, and also being able to bolster the budget to run our animal shelters. So that being said, I concur with the recommendation of Romulus Police Department Captain Roger Sowell and legal counsel, and respectfully request that council authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached intergovernmental agreement between the city of Romulus and Huron Township for animal control services through July 31st, 2026.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached intergovernmental agreement between the city of Romulus and Huron Township for animal control services through January 31st, 2026, and I have a question.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Kraut, for the intergovernmental agreement with Huron Township Animal Control Services. Discussion, Ms. Talley.
How you doing? So I know we had, Inkster kind of went away, and so they're kind of replacing Inkster, Huron? Or I got it wrong?
We're at a good place now where we're able to take on another agency.
Okay.
We currently provide for Garden City and Van Buren Township.
Garden City and Van Buren? Them the only two?
Yes.
Garden City and Van Buren? Okay, I thought we had three. Okay, and we do have the
We
capacity?
did have three, but we lost Inkster October of '24.
Okay,
And now we're in a good place where we're able to take on another agency.
Mhm.
Huron Township borders the south end of Romulus. They're just a good fit. And that's why I recommend them.
and so what if somebody else wanted to come on board?
Three is about the max right now.
Is it? Okay,
I mean, unless we decide to expand the shelter,
gotcha.
three is about the limit. The only other agency that I am in talks with is the airport, but the airport would be very limited because
Yeah.
they don't bring in, there's maybe 5 a year based on their situation, because most people are in planes, so if something happens and they have to bring a dog to the shelter, that would be the only other agency. But as far as another agency full-time, like, we won't be able to do that.
Gotcha. Okay, no, thank you.
You're welcome.
Another thing is, I'm glad Huron Township is aboard. This is something, Mr. Wadsworth, I know he's very glad
Yeah.
to have you aboard Huron Township. It's a good addition. It's a good program that Romulus is taking on this. So if there's no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Crowd?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you. That will conclude my report for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. And before I get into, I have 2 action items. One, I want to say thank you, council, for approval of that budget amendment, supporting our elections. Also, I want to announce to the public is the new operating hours in our cemetery. So beginning March 1st through October 31st, hours of operation will be from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Also, cleanup will begin on March the 15th. So residents that have wreaths and grave blankets that are out in the cemetery that would like to collect them themselves should do that by March the 15th. That is a Saturday, so the guys will probably be out there beginning Monday. You know, everything is weather permitting, of course. And they'll begin the cleanup in the cemetery. So if you do have those items out there, I really encourage everyone to please go out there and remove them themselves. There will be a dumpster that's there, so some people, you know, they want to collect it and put it in the dumpster, they're welcome to do that. Just as a reminder, again, all floral arrangements, wreaths, grave blankets will be removed. Both cut and/or artificial flowers must be in an unbreakable vase. Single wire flowers are prohibited and shall be removed. Prohibited items placed or left on the grave sites will be removed and discarded. Prohibited items subject to removal include the following: holiday decorations, yard ornaments, figurines, wind chimes, lanterns, solar lights, and shepherd hooks. Picket fences, decorative rocks, trees, shrubbery, and vegetable planting are prohibited. So if you have any questions regarding any of your items or anything that's concerning the cemetery, please, contact the clerk's office. Thank you. And so getting into my 2 action items. 6A, it's an appointment to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals, requesting council to concur with the recommendation of the Executive Advisory Committee and appoint Daniel Gadbois to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals with the term to expire on June 30th, 2028, in accordance with the Zoning Enabling Act 110 of 2006.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make that recommendation of the Executive Advisory Committee and appoint Daniel Godboys to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals with a term to expire on June 30th, 2028, in accordance with the Zone Enabling Act 110 of 2006.
Support.
Been motion by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, for appointment to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Last action item, 6B. This is a study session request. Treasurer Stacy Page is requesting a 30-minute special meeting study session for Monday, March 24th, 2025 at 6:45 p.m. And this is to discuss the quarterly investment report. The date and time are available for this request.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make that motion for a 30-minute special meeting study session for Monday, March 24th, 2025 at 6:45 p.m. to discuss the quarterly investment report. Looking forward to that meeting.
Board.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Kraut, for a study session request for Monday, March the 24th at 6:45 concerning our quarterly investment report from Treasurer Stacy Page. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Crop?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion is approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes the clerk's report. Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Good evening, council, mayor, chief of staff, clerk, deputy clerk, and listening audience. Thank you for the approval on that, and it's kind of exciting because my deputy will be here for that. So, first time.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so, thank
That
you.
gonna be a
And
process ongoing?
I'm sorry,
Is that gonna be ongoing?
no.
Okay. Okay.
And that is all that I have under my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
Thank you. Takes us to number 8, which is public comment. And this is the portion of the agenda for those who are in the audience and who would like to address the city council. The rules to address city council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. To address city council, raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note that members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. Mr. Chair and council, I do have 2 written requests, but I did receive an email from I don't think this person's a resident, but they did send us an email and asked if it would be read under public comment. So I'm going to read it, and then I also have an opinion statement from our city attorney. So this email, it's coming from Charles Blackwell. He says, "Hello, I am paralyzed and confined to a wheelchair. Pursuant to the American with Disabilities Act, I am submitting my public comment to be read at city staff at the," I guess this was, we just got this, so, but it said January meeting, January 27th meeting. He says, "For your information, I obtained a permanent injunction against the city of Inkster requiring them to read my public comment." He said, "See the attached Wayne County Circuit Court order," but we did not have any attachments with this email. And it was actually faxed to us, sent to a fax machine. And then his comment is as follows. "Good evening. I am calling for Mayor McCrate to be investigated in light of the large campaign donations he is receiving from business owners who have government contracts with the city of Romulus and business owners, developers who are seeking contracts or building permits from the city. These large campaign donations seek to be for the purposes of influencing Mayor McCrate." And this says Inkster Disability Order. So I'm reading this. And then to follow up, we have a statement from our city attorney. Michigan has a campaign finance law that is regulated by the county clerk or Secretary of State. Council does not have any authority. That law limits the amount of any contributions in an election cycle, and elected official file reports of contributions they receive with the Wayne County Clerk, which are public records. So, thank you. So, next we have 2 written requests. Our first one is Tony Heimberger.
Good evening, Tony Heimberger, Romulus. It is with great interest to see a Belleville resident speak so highly of the pilot truck stop project. The citizens and voters of Romulus have repeatedly spoken loudly of their dissatisfaction of more trucking in our small city, especially since they are being built in a TIFA district, Tax Increment Finance Authority. TIFA districts, money can only be used in that district with no effect on our city fund balance. meaning when trucks move outside of the district, which they do often, they damage roads, railroad crossings, and etc. But yet, we do not get any money from Tifa to fix these items. Additional trucking is not only a nuisance, but two legitimate safety concerns, along with illegal activities that are present at larger truck stops, taxing our police department even more. In my opinion, if the Belleville resident is so thrilled with a large intrusive truck stop that the citizens don't want, I suggest that she convinces the city administration of Belleville to build it there to the great satisfaction of the good citizens of Romulus. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have a second request, and this was, I don't see him, a Mr. Sims. Oh, okay. I don't know if he wants, I don't
What's
know.
this- who-
It was a Mr. Sims. I guess he's in the hallway speaking now, but
yeah, go get him.
he did submit a written request. Guess we could see if he wants to speak.
Give him a couple seconds.
Okay.
That's nice of you. Hey, Tina, I am with the house.
Okay.
That's good.
I am
That's
there
the
any-
last written request.
Any other comments from the audience? If there's no other comments from the
Yeah.
audience, Mayor Clerk, to close that part out.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 9 is unfinished business. Number 10 is new business.
Mayor?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, just one quick comment under unfinished business. Just to clarify that Tifa is a tax capture, but there has been significant infrastructure projects that they have completed in the city. They've done a lot of funding at the RAC, taking care of the athletic center. Northland Road is paved, they've done some repairs to Wick and Vining area. So there's numerous infrastructure, Warman Road was placed, so numerous infrastructure projects that they can, but they are confined to Tifa District. But I just want to make sure the council's aware that there's projects that they have funded. That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
Any more unfinished business? Again, number 10, new business. Number 11 for approval is warrant 25-05.
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 25-05 in the following amounts. General Fund, $53,676.74. Major Street Fund, $54,652.09. Local Street Fund, $5,050.34. Public Safety Fund, $55,836.23. Cable TV, $7,427.57. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $103,325.65. Tax Increment Finance Authority, $80,666.51. Downtown Development Authority, $1,222.03. 9/11 Service Fund, $717.08. Drug Law Enforcement Fund, $433.32. Library Fund, $6,917.50. Water and Sewer Fund, $721,766.05. Motor Vehicle, $45,291.34. Technology Services, $9,288.81. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $136,178.10. Revolving Fund, $15,250. Current Tax, $22,336.19. Impressed Payroll Fund, $332,614.33. Totaling all funds, $1,652,649.88.
I second that motion.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 25-05 for $1,652,649.88. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Crowd?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, and motion is approved.
Number 12 is communication.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I just want to remind people that Forgotten Harvest is still at the high school from 10 a.m. till 12 noon on Tuesdays. And I also wanted to point out or thank the people that have been contributing to the Rotary Food Box. In front of the library, we have a food box, and it's there for people who need it, but I also want to thank those that have been putting non-perishable items in there. Anytime you have something you want to donate, feel free to donate it to the food box. Thank you.
Thank you.
Through the chair.
Ms. Talley.
Just a couple of quick things. First, our Senator Darren Camilleri is looking for Romulus students interested in local and state politics, organizing, and leadership. They'll have a chance to do work in the district as well as go up to the Capitol. Must be at least 16 years old and have access to reliable transportation. It's $15 an hour and 15 to 30 hours per week, depending on how much they want to do. You can find this, it's an application. I'm going to send this to the City Hall. If we can I direct the resident, anybody that's interested, please call the City Hall for this information for the application. It's a summer internship. It'll be a great for anybody who want to take advantage of this. He has done this for a couple of years now, and it's a great opportunity for anybody that's interested in local politics. So we have to start gearing up that next generation. So
Can you send that to me and I'll give it to the
Absolutely.
NHS?
Oh, absolutely, sure will.
Okay.
And I had forwarded this to the school district too as well, but I'll get that over to you as well.
Okay. I'm sorry, Councilwoman Talley, we have been in contact because Senator Camilleri had reached out to me.
Okay.
And I did reach out to the principal.
Okay.
And
At the high
also
school?
at the high school, as well as the superintendent, his
Yeah.
office. So we sent out all those emails.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, they got inundated because I
Yeah.
sent them out too.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Somebody better get the message.
Right. But I called as well as sent emails
Okay.
and links out to the schools and everything.
Okay,
So
yeah.
jumped right on it.
No, that's good. Thank
Okay,
you.
uh-huh.
Thank you very much. And then secondly, I would like to do a shout out to Reverend Pastor Arthur Willis, who celebrated his 34th pastoral anniversary yesterday. Of course, his congregation celebrates him in grand style, as well as should be. He does a lot of hard work in our community for a lot of years. So I just want to give him a quick shout out for all that he does in our city of Romulus and in his church and everything. So happy anniversary, 34th anniversary, Pastor Willis. And then lastly, at the last meeting, I did a lot of shout outs to our mayor and his staff, our department heads, our directors, and the great work they do with the budget and what they do in our city, and how I felt comfortable as far as where we are financially stable in the city. What I failed to mention is two people who also needs to be acknowledged more, and you actually, Mr. Barton, you stole a little bit of my thunder. I just need to shout out to our city treasurer and our city clerk, because their jobs, they do a very good job at their jobs as well. Thank you for being a great steward of our city money, and thank you for being the steward of our election process. These are just key things within our city. So the mayor, of course, he's running the city and all the day-to-day, and you guys, what you do is important to working together for our city. So I just want to say thank you, because we don't say thank you enough to you. We always shouting out the mayor, "Yeah, enough of that." No, I'm just kidding. We gotta get y'all kudos, yeah, you guys, and Deshawn, and I know Tracy does, we don't see Tracy as much, but I know she does a lot of hard work, and your team, so thank you so much. I just wanted to do that. When I got home last week, a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, they need to get their flowers on earth as well. Thank you guys for what you do. Appreciate it. I'm done.
Thank you, Ms. Talley.
You
can ask for a
raise.
Yes, Mayor?
Another group you left out was City Council. I mean, there's a lot of tough decisions you guys had to make. We bring the action before you, and you guys got to help out with that, or you steer us in the direction you want to go. And so obviously, the meetings we had today were a couple big issues that are coming from the city. If we're not open and clearly communicating and working together, those would be definite issues. That's what we're all here for, to find
Yeah.
solutions, right? So thank you to the City Council as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted, I'm going to give a shout. I'm going to throw it right back at Councilwoman Talley, throw it right back at her, because she's attended all of the budget sessions. The invitation, of course, is for all of you, and I know everybody's so busy, but she's there And what I respect is that she doesn't mind asking, she's going to ask those questions, and she wants to understand, and she wants to make sure she understands the whole budget process. So we appreciate you being there, and I'm sure the mayor and the chief of staff appreciate you as well. Just your commitment. I mean, ever since you've been on council, you've been at every budget session. So we want to just say thank you, just for your due diligence and just wanting to make sure that you understand the whole budget process. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
Any other? It's a pleasure to be among my colleagues and administration as we work as a team.
Yeah.
And I'm just proud just to be a member of the crew. All you guys do a great job, and I'm just happy for you. Thank you.
And I have to say this real quick, Mr. Barton. You know, I sound like teamwork makes the dream work to me. That's what it sounds like what's going on. And that doesn't mean we don't disagree on things, you know. And so, you know, when you hear stuff about people saying this and that about council and all this, we're doing our due diligence, like you said. The due diligence is being done, and we don't agree. But I love the fact that, you know, for the most part, we can come across as a team effort across the things that, the hard decisions, that, you know, difficult ones, to come across as a team in solidarity for the good of our city and for the good of the residents. And it's a balance. Sometimes it's going to be a bit of a balance, but working out for the good of everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have, and I have nothing new from the Lions. Nothing new at this time.
All right, if there's no more communication, takes us number 13, adjournment. It's 8:20.
So moved.
Support.
Be motioned by Mr. Crop, supported by Ms. Talley for adjournment. Mr. Crop?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.